While touch and words are commonly considered the strongest expressions of intimacy and love, shared experiences and activities can actually carry more enduring connective weight. What's great about recreational intimacy, House says, is that the activities don't have to be expensive or elaborate. The most connective experiences are completely personalized to the individuals and couple and can range from a run on the beach to bungee jumping. Doing so will help you associate peace and calm with one another. Comforting refueling is frequently an activity that individuals
The competing demands of work and home life, societal stressors like the pandemic, and the constant temptation of phones, social media, and the internet. Screens present a unique minefield of distractibility, with their constant flow of notifications and information. The internet was designed to capitalize on how humans think. Human brains want novelty, excitement, and social connection, and devices play into those desires. This process negatively affects the overall speed and quality of your work in short term. Research suggests your brain gets used to constant diversions.
One 2016 journal article questioned widely held assumptions about attention, such as that students can only focus on a lecture for 10 to 15 minutes. After reviewing the literature, author Neil Bradbury, a professor at the Rosalind Franklin University of Medicine and Science in Illinois, found few studies that objectively demonstrated students had a finite ability to focus. Many studies use behaviors, such as note-taking or fidgeting as proxies for attention, Bradbury says, but behavior isn't necessarily the same as focus itself. There really isn't a good definition.
For people with serious, chronic focus problems, those modifications might include working with a mental health clinician and taking medication. But most people who experience occasional concentration issues can make tweaks on their own. The fear of missing out on a better opportunity, to loss of presence in a chosen activity. The raised expectations presented that no experience is truly satisfactory and others to experience analysis paralysis. That more options provide an inferior consumer make potential customers less likely to complete purchase is a hypothesis. Even before the internet brought unprecedented consumer options directly into our homes and the phones in the palms of our hands, choice had long been seen as the driving force of capitalism. The ability of consumers to choose between competing providers of products and services dictates which businesses thrive and which bite the dust, or so goes the long-held belief. The competitive environment engendered by consumers' free choice supposedly drives innovation and efficiency, delivering better overall consumer experience. Increased choice can induce range of anxieties.
Indeed, experiments on consumer behavior have suggested that excessive choice can leave consumers feeling ill-informed and indecisive when making a purchasing decision. In reality, there may be no solution that lives up to our idealized preconceptions. Sometimes making a quick good choice is better than making a slow perfect one, or indeed being paralyzed into complete indecision. When struggling to choose between multiple options, having a decision seemingly made for you by an external randomizing agent can help you to focus in on your true preference.
Seemingly everyone is concerned about concentration these days. Margaret Sibley, a professor of psychiatry and behavioral sciences at the University of Washington School of Medicine, specializes in working with adolescents and adults who have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But recently, Sibley says, she and her colleagues have been inundated. Diagnostic rates are on the rise in the US, and posts on TikTok and other social media platforms have convinced even more people that they have attention issues. There's a shortage of medications to treat.
This means using words of affirmation, giving our friends compliments. If you're feeling tired or depressed, don't feel pressure to entertain your friends and give them permission to feel differently while expressing curiosity, Nelson suggests. For example, you might acknowledge. Another key to cultivating stronger friendships is allowing yourself to be vulnerable, opening up and showing your friends your true self, even if you're worried. Research suggests that can be particularly difficult for men. Avoid expressing intimate feelings because they fear social rejection.
Engaging your brain activates strategy, races the heart, and acutely turns on all the senses, she says. More than the mental stimulation, as you get to see a focused intellectual side of them that reveals yet another attribute. Strong social connections have an elevated risk of heart disease and stroke, diabetes, depression, anxiety, addiction, and dementia. Who feel disconnected focus on making new friends instead of nurturing existing connections, a clinical psychologist who studies the science of friendship. Share their favorite ways to strengthen friendships and breathe.
Sometimes you simply need to change your perspective and allow yourself to have a new appreciation for the world around you. Friendly competition creates heart racing, mind engaging, strategizing fun, House says. Competition activates what generally is considered the love hormone, which helps individuals to connect. More than the sexual connection, oxytocin can be emotionally nourishing. Competitive activities, especially competitive physical activities in sports, create the feeling of chemistry, thanks to the release of sweat-induced endorphins.